All right, guys, you know what? I wasn't going to film a video on this, but I figured everything is content, right? Let me clean the screen off really fast. This lens. Everything is content, and I want to keep on sharing stuff with you guys. So I got me my King Tourpack. Finally got to the point to where I want my King Tourpack. I freaking love it. But I'm going to install my railing, right? I got the I don't know if you saw the video when I went to pick this up, but you get to see what I did with it now, right? You get to see the detail that my boy Ashton did. Phenomenal job. So the question is, how do I get this on here? Well, in case you don't know, I'm going to show you how to do it, right? I'm gonna put this over here. So what you want to understand is you don't have to measure anything. There are little holes, little highlighted holes that's in 1, 2, 3, 4 different spots, right? And what I did was I took some painter's tape and I put it on the outside to keep the paint protected. And all you're going to do, you find the size screw that you got, come as close as you can to it, and you're going to drill. This one is already drilled in already, right? So you take the screws, you make sure that those sizes that you're using is going to fit. Get into that center, get as centered as possible, take your time. So when I'm pushing through, see, it came right through that tape. The same thing for the other side. That part is now done. The next piece that I'm going to do now is line this up and start getting these screws inside. So we'll start off by taking off this tape. We don't need the tape anymore. It completely protects the paint from doing any excessive amount of stripping. I know it can be a little scary, guys, but like I said, when you start working on your bike, you're going to start to really understand the amount of fun that you have. And you will make errors. I promise you. You're going to make mistakes. That's going to happen. That's a given. But you can't let those mistakes ruin your day at all. Now, I'm hoping I don't have to do any type of extra work to get these pieces in. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. All right. Now I'm going to get some washers. These are the black washers. So I'm going to use these are the black washers for the screws. So you want to take your time. It's a little tricky at first, but you take your time because remember, this will slide right off. And on mine, one of these is actually a little bigger than the other. The screw, because you could put lights in here. So they make them a little wider than all the rest of them so you can run the wires. Okay, so now put this on. You're gonna run the screw inside, get that baby lined up, and just thread it just a little bit. It doesn't have to be extra tight right away. Let me get my other screws. Okay, then I'm gonna do the same thing for each one, including the bigger one. And that's here. Now keep in mind, right, sometimes you might get into a little issue where it doesn't line up as good as you want it to line up, but that's just a matter of you making the hole, the opening, a little bit more bigger. Like this one, I could tell that the screw is struggling just a little bit to get in. So I'm going to take my drill and I'm going to drill this thing out so I can get more space, more room. I don't necessarily have to use a bigger bit. I just have to use the drill to open up that space in a little tiny bit more. And that fit in like a charm. All right, so what I had to do, guys, I didn't even film it. I had my son Dorian here helping me out. I had to make the holes a little bigger. Anytime you go aftermarket, you're gonna run into problems of like trying to get things to line up. They try their best to get it as close to OEM as possible, but then you have to finagle a little bit, right? You gotta kind of play around. So what I had to do, I had to make the hole a little bigger, and then my son, he came and helped me to line it up, and I had to use some force to pull this in as he lined up the screw opening for me. The install, remember, it's all customization, and all we're doing is customizing our bikes and trying to find things that works and make sure that if it don't work, there's a way that you can maneuver your way around that. All right, so that's the install, and you can put it down, buddy. It looks really good, really clean on here. Now, I have one little bolt that I have to change out, and that's the one here that's not tightening. That means that that's not the right size. It's probably just a little too tiny because I went to buy it at Ace Hardware. But look at it from the different angles. You got it from this side. It looks nice and clean. My powder coater did a phenomenal job. Look at the back of it, so you can see how it looks from the back. So I've grown to just really love the King Tourpack. I also have the liner that I got, and I'm gonna show you. You know what? I'm gonna show you the liner that I purchased. But this comes with a pretty decent liner as well. Dorian, look over there. You see those liners over there? You see by the orange and black? Yeah. So I'm gonna show you guys the liner that I got, and I got it from Amazon. It's not as expensive, but it's pretty darn good. So let me open this up. I'll show you what this looks like. So the liner, this is what the liner looks like, and you normally will Velcro it in, right? This comes with a liner, this one, but I like my color liners. I like when I open my Tourpack, I can see the liner. You know what I'm saying? I can see colors and everything. So let me see which way I want this to go, because they make it very specific to the Tourpack. Yeah, there we go. And then what you do, you can just Velcro this in, and then you have the one that goes right here, and you do the same thing. You Velcro it in, and you can screw it in whatever way you want to get it done, and that will go here. And then the way you do it, it comes with a Velcro strap, and I'm gonna put that in together, and then that's it for me. It looks pretty damn good. And that's basically it, guys. All right, so King Tourpack, I'm gonna put the plate on the inside. The plate goes, I'm using my Advan black plate because I love the sturdiness of the plate. It's not difficult. As a matter of fact, let me take these out. Take this off, and I'll put those on later. And I'll take out this liner. And most of these Tourpacks, they come already with the drills, the holes already drilled out. So if you look at this plate, there's an arch, right? And it's gonna match the arch here. So you push it through the little opening. I have all the screws that I need. And you're gonna put it's like 4 screws. And you're gonna line those screws up. Yeah, let me show you real quick. Now remember, this goes on the bike this way in the back, right? So you wanna get this to face the back of the Tourpack. So it's gonna go on this way. So this piece is gonna face the front. I'm sorry, this is gonna face the front of the Tourpack, and this piece is gonna face to the back, all right? So what you wanna do is you wanna take your time, line this up, okay? Put this underneath. This is gonna go under the Tourpack. Do not scratch your stuff up by trying to hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time. Dorian, come on, give me a hand. So I'm gonna have Dorian hold the plate for me. Dorian, hold the plate for me, right? Yeah. We're gonna try to line the plate up. Try to line it up till we see the hole, the light. You see the light? You got that light? Yeah. All right, so we're gonna push that in. Give me a little more lining. All right, so we got the first one. Now, I'm gonna take this Tourpack, and Dorian's gonna hold the lid up as well, the top. I'm gonna take this plate, and I'm gonna push that plate inside, and I'm gonna use one of these washers. Then I'm gonna take the bolts, the nut that come with this bolt, and I'm gonna hand tighten. Remember, you could do it by yourself if you don't have help. But when you have the help, you can get it done faster. And if you guys notice what I'm doing too, I'm using this little pad underneath the bag, underneath the Tourpack. That way I don't have to worry about scratching the Tourpack up. So we got all that piece done. So from under it, let me just show you what I was talking about. Basically, under the mount, that's what it looks like underneath here. These are the bolts, okay? These bolts is what you are screwing in. And like I said, I like mine to be pushed all the way back. So I have this up. So when I'm mounted on the bike, no problem. So I'm gonna install the liners while I'm here, so you guys could see how I do that as well. All right, so let's get that done. All right, so it's a pretty simple setup. You just kind of choose where you want to put your Velcro, and there's some adhesion on the side of the Velcro. So in my case, I'm gonna put one here. I'm gonna measure it, and I'm gonna cut it, right? And I'm gonna kind of mimic that same exact size. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just need an estimate, an idea on where you want to go, all right? So all I do now is I peel off the back and you kind of mark where you want the Velcro. And I'm gonna put my Velcro about, I don't wanna block the screw holes. So I'm gonna put one below the screw holes because in case I decide to put the lights in here, I wanna have enough clearance for those lights, right? And then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Just take off this tape, this back, and you connect it, same thing. Always remember to watch where you are putting the Velcro because once again, you do not want to block the screw holes. So I'm gonna put one here. Quick measurement. Remember, doesn't have to be perfect. It just gives you an idea on where you need to be. Right, Dorian?
Yes.
Right. Right, Dad. You know what, Dad? You're pretty smart sometimes. I don't care what nobody say about you. Right, Dorian? You're smart. You see? You're smart to not say yes. And we're going to cut. I'm going to bring this around into that curve and into that curve. All right? Now, right here, the same spot, I'm gonna do the same exact thing. Okay, don't wanna cover that. So I'm pretty much clear to follow that same pattern around. Okay, so there we go, bam. Try to get it to go right into the curve, boom. Here you go. So now you can look at it and you know, ask yourself, do you feel comfortable with that amount of Velcro, or do you feel like you want to put some more Velcro? For me, I know I want to put a little bit more Velcro, so I'm going to put one here, right? I might just put one here so it can contour to the spacing. So that's what I'm going to do. They did a pretty damn good job with the position in here. Now, I could take some Velcro. The beautiful thing about this, I could take the Velcro, right? And you see this part? I could take the Velcro and just put it in here. What I noticed is that this side, these corners don't match up exactly the way they should. So I'm gonna see if I can get this over some more. If not, no big deal. It's not gonna hurt me. All right. See if I can get that part in a little closer to the edge. Oh yeah, there we go. Now, I feel better. See? That's beautiful, right? That's gorgeous. So you're gonna do the same. That's nice, right, Dorian? Give me 5. Bing! So when the top goes on, you think about the parts where you really want Velcro. We only have this much left. We don't have a whole lot. I wanna make sure that when I put it on, I have some Velcro that's gonna run here. So that's gonna be my length right there. I'm gonna cut that. Dorian, you're learning this too, right?
Yes.
It's always good to learn new things, baby. That's what we are here to learn. So I'm gonna cut that, and I'm gonna run that length. Dorian, you wanna do one?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna leave it up to you now. So you're gonna go in there and start talking to Ride Fit Nation. Let them know what you're thinking.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
You go take my side. Go on my side.
Okay. What about this part right here, though?
Yeah, you could put Velcro underneath it or above it.
Okay, so I'm gonna measure it right here. I'm gonna measure it from here to here. And then I'm gonna get these scissors and cut it.
You wanna put it under or above it?
Under.
Okay. Put it above. Try to get it above this. That way it can have something to press it on. Make sure you don't have any bubbles. Try to get it as flat as you can. There you go. And then do the other side, same thing. That's perfect. So just let's take off the sticker. See guys? So Dorian is doing it too. And if he's doing this, man, I promise you, you're gonna be doing this. And he's a pretty handy guy. He's very handy when it comes to putting things together and fixing stuff. He's darn good. Yeah, I like it. All right, so now let's see how good of a job Dorian did. Or if I'm gonna have to fire his ass. What do you think, Dorian?
I think that I'm still gonna get hired. I'm gonna
get hired?
$1 million an hour.
All right, $1 million an hour.
Yes, if it's right, I need to get $1 million.
Now you're a boss for real. So what I'm gonna have to do is, not now, but this, you see these right here? They have these screws. You take them out. I might just do it today. And then you put the screws in here and then you screw this in like that. So that way that this is exposed on the outside. So we got these screws here, right? Taking my time. I'm working with tools now. I'm gonna use my screwdriver and not my power drill, just because I don't wanna break anything. And I'm gonna start to take this off. Now, these screws is going to be covered. And you know what? As I'm doing that, let me just make sure that I hold that piece together so it doesn't go flying. It doesn't go flying anywhere. All right, guys, that's a little tricky trying to get this thing lined up. Getting it through these openings is rough, but once you get it, you got it. Yep. So there you go. That's the liner. That looks really good. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it enough. So now, when I close this down, I'm gonna change out my hinges. I'm gonna change those out and put my Advan Black hinges on there. That's just better quality, to tell you the truth. And then that's it. I'm gonna put it on the bike and wait for my flat tire kit to be put on, waiting for the rims. No, I have the rims. I can't wait for y'all to see it. But Dorian, thank you, buddy. You are the man. Give me 5 on camera. That's your paycheck. Let's go. All right, guys. So the next piece of this puzzle. So we finished installing the liners. You got to see that. Now we're gonna install the lights. So this backlight is gonna go back here, and it's gonna work perfectly because it's smoke black, and that means more people is gonna get to see me as I'm riding. All right. So how do we install it? Well, you have little openings here, and we're gonna start to drill holes. Before we start to drill holes, make sure you have all the right stuff, the different bits. There's a hard part here that we're gonna have to figure out how to open that little slot, but everything else is pretty much 1, 2, 3. All right, so blue tape time. I'm gonna put the blue tape in the area where I see that those holes are, and it's gonna protect that paint from stripping out. Right through that tape. There we go. Ooh, that was perfect, bro. Yeah, that did it. Let's see what we got. There we go. Okay, 1 screw is in.
The screws are different sizes too.
They are?
Yes.
Oh, thanks for telling me that. That's good to know.
I think the small ones go on that side.
No, the smaller one should go like in these areas. How many small ones do you see?
In total 4.
4 small ones? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the taller screws, good point, Dorian. The taller screws will go in these areas right here. Guys, this stuff is not so hard, guys. I'm telling you, all you gotta do, take your time and pay attention to some of the things that you can do. If you gotta pay money all the time to people for simple little jobs, you're gonna be broke. Now, there are some things that you gotta get your mechanic and work with a mechanic. Some stuff, but like little things like this, learn it. And this company actually hooked this up really well. This is TCMT. Those are the same guys I bought my things from, my lowers from. Dorian, you got the other screws?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. All right, guys, there you go. You got it. This is simple. We went over the whole entire Tourpack setup. I also got a video where I'm gonna, I'll show you guys how to change out these bolts and whatever, these latches. I'm taking off these latches. It's only 4 bolts, and I'm gonna switch that off with my Advan Black setup because that's already set up with the keys and everything. And I'm also gonna change out the hinges because I like the quality of the Advan Black hinges much more than I do with these, even though they're both aftermarket. So that's pretty much it. You get a chance to see what it looks like. Bam, the Tourpack looks amazing. I'm not taking this King Tourpack off. At first I was gonna say, hey, I'm gonna take up the King, and then when I wanna ride sporty, I'm gonna go with the Razor. No, I'm just going straight King and call it a day. I love it. Here's one of the things I love about it. When I'm traveling, I got this expensive GoPro and I got my freaking Tourpack on here. I can just open up my Tourpack and I can just put this baby in here just like that, and I can close it and it fits everything the way it needs to fit it. So I am now officially sold on the King Tourpack. You know, I'm happy I started off with the Razor first, but if you're looking for a Razor Tourpack, I'm selling it. As you know, mine already has the hole on the top, so you're gonna have to put a rack or a rack on the top, any rack of your choice that's already set up. And then I have the hinges, but you're gonna have to take those and get those powder coated the color you want to get them powder coated, all right? Because I have 2 sets. Then I might take the pads off of it and put the pads on here. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's keep on grinding. You got this. Leave your comments. Let me know. I know you're waiting to see the rims, but you will see it in the next video, I promise you, but not right now. I'm still waiting for the fender, and then we get that going. But this is still a part of the build. What do you think about this rack system too? All right, let's go. Riot Fit Nation, baby. Don't forget, miles, money, and muscle. That's what we after. Boom.